How many times did he say that in the press conference?
It's like, you know what? Have I ever told you what I like about Cabinas?
That they're a complete object. They don't need to be worked on in progress.
They're a work in progress. It's not the finished product. Yeah, the Cabina always wants to be better. It's trying to be better. It keeps talking about being better. It's a work in progress slide. It's not in progress.
So I was attending an event, so I couldn't actually watch the game again.
Well, you were a work in progress there?
Yeah, but I did have a steady stream of messages, which I'll
Any good ones?
yeah, what I'll read through. What is this shit, Barry Carp? This is terrible, Craig Kelly. My God, what is going on, Paul Lucuria? No, actually, that's not true. I made those up, but
Your name's written down.
there were some similar messages coming from our little chat group
Was there
about
positivity?
no.
No.
So I'm going to fast forward to the press conference, and Craig McRae came out and said effectively, oh, we could play more attacking, but sometimes when you're playing a club of high caliber and it's a shootout, then maybe you want to make it more of a contest. So he's basically said, yeah, we're rope doping to stay within range so we can hopefully overhaul them in the last quarter. Hey, Craig, lost to Freo by 6, drew to Hawthorn, lost to Sydney by 6, lost to Bulldogs by 4. This isn't working. How much more evidence do you need?
Well, why stop there? Yeah, the flaw you see in this rope-a-dope philosophy is that we tend to give sides big leads and then just chase. You've spent so much energy catching up that it's easy for the opposition sides to kick one or two, and you're just constantly in this loop of chasing.
I think also without Bobby Hill there, who we'll talk about later, without him there, without that crummy potential, bombing the ball forward isn't exactly working. Particularly now, Elliott's not there, Hayes isn't there.
It worked for Footscrow's defence.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's seriously, when I watch Collingwood in progress under Craig McRae in the last couple of years, it's like I'm watching a guy who doesn't understand what got him the flag, then doing everything counterintuitive to playing good football. It's like, a big part of his game is the pressure game, but last year he decided to play 4 talls in the forward 50. It's like, so you bomb the ball and you have 4 lumbering oafs who can't apply pressure. Do you understand what your game plan is? Ned Long, I've always been an advocate. I didn't know. So you just play it full forward? What the fuck?
Well, because this works so well.
Well, I know where it's coming from because McRae would have been at Richmond when they were playing Joshua Caddy at centre half forward. So he was a big-bodied midfielder who had to fill in the slot. So they're doing that with Long, but I don't know anything about Caddy because I don't watch Richmond. I don't really care. But Long's nothing but an inside mid. That's all he is. And if you want to use him in all these other roles, you are going to fuck him up. You're going to frustrate supporters, and you're going to fuck up the team's functionality. So
his inability to fucking not hold marks frustrates supporters.
He's not a tall marking forward, so it's not his fault. I mean, you got Buller down there who's monstering the VFL, in fairness to him. You got West, who in the press conference said, oh, well, if we give him a rest. After 2 weeks, I can understand the toil on this poor kid after 2 weeks.
I mean, he's been dominating VFL. Do you think he just spent all his tickets there? I thought I'll come to the AFL now and have a bit of a rest.
You draft these 3 guys straight out of the VFL. Why not just fucking play them straight away, one of them straight away? I really am frustrated watching, and then we were talking about this a little bit earlier. If you look at that midfield, and the goalie's been really good in the last month, so well done, Degs. The goalie, Nick, Pendles, Chris, that's actually a really good starting midfield.
You know what the weak link in it all is, though?
Sorry?
You know what the weak in?
Oh,
yeah. You know what the weak link is?
Maybe it's the guy been ripping into for 3 years. I've said this, Cameron can't ruck. He's a terrible ruckman, So here's another thing. Fucking go play him at full forward instead of Long. Cameron's renowned for his marking.
For 3 quarters, he just got smashed by English. And we got smashed in the clearances.
What a shot.
Do you think, I don't have any degree in astrophysics or anything. At least I don't think I do. But do you think there's a correlation between the two, potentially?
Yeah.
Do you think we should email the coach and maybe explain it?
Oh, well, but would our email get down that hall to his office? Because they know a lot more than us.
Well, I was going to send the email, but it's still a work in progress.
I'm really frustrated with, I don't think we're a premiership threat. But if you look at those 3 games, 4 games, if you
Evening all. No, we're not a premiership threat. The way Fly's coaching. But you give us a win against Freo, Hawthorn, Swans and Dogs. We're top 4, then Fly's a genius. Genius, like he was in 2022, 2023. Genius. Not a genius now.
You just win 2 of them. It totally changes, what the season's about. You're talking about like in the press conference, we don't make it a shootout. It's like, well, maybe you don't want to make it a shootout against Sydney, but you didn't really do this against Sydney. You sort of actually played attacking against Sydney. So what fucking? There's no logic to what you're saying. But Bulldogs, they're the shootout team. What, their average scores are 140 or something, and we're trying to keep them down. None of this makes sense. It really smacks to me of a guy in the Brains Trust who have painted themselves into a corner through their own short-sightedness and don't see that there's some really easy solutions that are going to give you at least a much more
fucking simple solutions. A toddler could think of these solutions. Not playing long forward after it didn't work against Geelong. There's one. My wife knows that's not what you should do. She's been following the game for a year. I swear he does this shit to just gaslight us and piss us off. He must know that's bullshit.
competitive effort.
Look, we've covered this before, but I still think it's so much prevalence in it that when McRae came to Collingwood, he had Bolton, he had Lepish around him. You had a real core of experience there, and I reckon they obviously worked well off each other. You can challenge, you give suggestions that won't be written down as stupid or anything like that. And obviously, we don't sit in these meetings, so we don't know. But you get the sense now that I think McRae mentally is now thinking, well, I'm no longer the learner, I'm the master, and I'm bringing in people that want to learn off me. But you're robbing yourself of that challenge capability to question why are we doing things this particular way. How about we do this and all that sort of stuff. In terms of, I'll bring my experience to this equation and let's see what we come up with. At the moment, we just look like we're.
This is correct. Do you think if you had decent assistants, they wouldn't have challenged Fly about Long playing forward? They either did and he ignored them 4 weeks in a row, or they're pussies, or they're scared of Fly and they don't challenge. It's one of the two. Either two are unacceptable. Full stop.
Looking for an answer to something that we don't know what the question is, and at the same time we keep going back to the veteran well and then try and build solutions around that by just having a fragment be the difference.
Well, you sent something just saying that the least 5 experienced players, Parker, Steele, Anderson, Allen, and Harrison, had the least minutes. You're in a season of rejuvenation. You're trying to.
Morning, Manny. Morning, Manny. How are you?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, got you. Sounding pretty good, I think.
How you doing, mate? Hey, they sound like us, those two blokes. They sound like us, bro.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah. All think the same, mate. See, we're all saying the same fucking shit, mate. All saying the same shit. All of us.
Yeah. Yep.
You can see
like either.
Did you watch his press conference? His last press conference?
No, we're
the game?
I watched bits and pieces. We're gonna watch it soon.
Yeah, watch what he says. He's got me fucking.
We're gonna watch it, but what I saw was very unimpressive. I think he was passing the buck to the players from what I saw, and that's unacceptable.
It's funny. It's funny. If I tell someone to jump high or jump fast, and they don't jump fast, they jump slow, there's a disconnect somewhere. If he's telling them to move the football, and they're not moving the football, then what the fuck's going on? He wants them to play like they did in the last quarter. That's what he said. He said, "Oh, He said, I hope the boys don't think we're restricting them. Well, there's something's going on. What the fuck is it then? Either you're giving
Yeah.
them, either you're giving them instructions and they're not following your instructions, or it's time for a fucking bake. Get them in there
Yep.
in the circle and fucking bake them then, and make them move
Yeah.
the football.
Yeah, he's insinuating that he's telling them to play that like that all the time, and they're refusing to. So, if that's the case, the message is that they're just refusing to take his message, right? Very bad situation. They're just, nah, we don't agree with you. Or it's bullshit.
Or players
Because
are
you get one of the players to come on now and they're saying, no, because they have very specific instructions. They even tell you when they're going to do it. They put these big signs up, go defensive with the Presti, or go attacking with the rocker mode. So everyone, it's common knowledge that Collingwood play the game in different speeds and different gears. But now what Fly's saying is no, that we try and do a certain gear, and the players, they can't do it. They either don't want to do it, or they're not competent enough to do it. That's very serious to accuse to not take the buck and say, hey, yeah, he's putting his hand up and saying, okay, yeah, we should have been attacking for more often. He's saying, I'm telling them to attack and play this exciting through the corridor game style for a half. They were disobeying me. They're doing their own thing. Either alternative is really shit.
Well, I don't know what he's doing. The simple thing to do is to go out there and tell them it's okay if you make mistakes. Because I remember last year, the year before, when Nick Dacos used to talk to the media, the key word was, Fly lets us make mistakes. Fly lets us make mistakes.
Take risks.
And all of a sudden, that word stopped now. So whether they're scared to make mistakes and they're restricting themselves, or they're scared to get dropped. They don't want to make a mistake so they don't get dropped. See? So he has to fucking clear it up with them. They're gonna have a meeting and discuss it. Take the game on.
Yeah.
If we lose, we fucking lose. But we move the football.
Good morning, Daz.
Good morning, guys. How are you? Surprised. I just got home from work not that long ago, and just wanted to catch up on what's been going on, and come across the guys having a rant. Yeah, I was watching it, and then you're on, boys. So yeah, what's been going on? What's the big story? Is there anything different? Anything different that we can talk about compared to the last 6-7 weeks?
Yeah, we're going to just watch a bit of the rant. We're going to watch a bit of Fly's press conference from the weekend, and just do a bit of midnight shift for an hour or two. And everyone can sort of fall asleep to our dulcet tones, and we can get things off our chest.
Exactly. Well, we've had 2 or 3 days to get over and sort of like think about Saturday night's performance. So in the light of perhaps a little bit less emotional, and I was pretty emotional after the game. I think a couple of us were, and others were controlled and all of that. But yeah, it's I don't know what's going on at the moment at Collingwood. It seems like we don't have an answer to anything at the moment. I agree with one thing, and I agree with a lot of things the rant is saying, but I can't believe the amount of times flying press conference presses work in progress. The phrase and the sentence work in progress. This is 3 years ago, we were in a premiership. We were top of the ladder up until round 14, round 15 last year. And he's telling a group of guys mid-season in 2026, it's work in progress. Can you guys work out why he's saying that?
It says something else, Daz, as well. You know what it says? We're not the finished product yet. when the fuck are we gonna be the finished product? He says that as well. We're not the finished product yet. It's halfway through the
Half
season.
the year.
Hey, Daz.
When it,
Yeah.
Hey, fellas. Daz, you're roboting. It's like very choppy.
Roy body.
Yeah,
Okay.
like duk duck duk duk, like R2D2.
Oh, really? I didn't realize I could do that. I'll try and fix it.
Maybe
I'll
you
fix
sound-
I'll,
maybe yeah, come in,
How's
come
that?
back, come out, come back in, try it again.
all right, I'll do that. I'll cut the audio, go out, and I'll come back in. No worries.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
hey Matty,
No worries. Yeah.
have you noticed now they're starting to drip feed things to us? They're starting to drip feed out. All these things are going on. See how they're drip feeding to us?
The
Slowly,
club.
like- yeah, they're drip feeding shit like now this week's a CEO. The CEO, there's going to be a change with the CEO. See how they drip feed stuff? They do it slowly, so people don't start panicking, right? And that's how they do it. See, now there's another problem. The CEO is going to fucking leave. So there's shit going on at the club. Every week there's a problem.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't like hearing the club will say, "Oh, Craig Kelly, Caroline Wilson. Oh, Craig Kelly's an issue because he doesn't get along with people. Lepich is an issue, doesn't get along with people. Probably it's the people that don't get along with them is the problem."
Exactly.
Mick,
What's up, boys?
how you going?
That's
Good,
sweet.
man. Good.
Fucking nice shifter.
Mate, you know, when you alternate working day shifts and fucking night shifts, you never know when to be you never know when you're going to be fucking tired, man.
Mm.
So I just fucking
Oh.
fell into a deep sleep and I just woke up and I just realized you're streaming. So here I am, mate.
So you're going off night shift and into day shift?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like constantly being in a jet lag scenario.
It is,
Yeah,
man.
doing that.
It's probably not good for my health, but working the night shifts, that's where the big money is. Yeah, when you're working in
Yep.
manufacturing, mate, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been listening the last few minutes. Fuck, man, that's very interesting what you say, Manny. They're drip feeding us. It seems to be what the fuck is going on, man. CEOs fucking off, you know, this and that. It's like, man, Craig Kelly, fuck, what, 2 years ago, you were brawling with Graham Wright as to who was going to be the fucking CEO. You got the job. Fuck, aren't you happy? Now you're going to fuck off? Fuck me, man. You know?
Yep.
What the fuck's going on, man?
Hey,
Something seems
Nick?
a bit strange, man, you know, about the
one
club.
sec, just 1 sec, Mick. Manny, I just muted you. There's echo. We're getting an echo from you, and I heard the echo. Then when I muted you, it stopped. So if you want to sort that out and come back in a couple of minutes, or just unmute yourself, see if it's not happening. So yeah, mate. We were just talking about Mick the Flyers press conference. We'll watch a bit of that in a minute.
Yeah.
This whole thing where he goes, "Yeah, why aren't we playing like that all the time?"
Yeah, that
To
kills me,
that insinuates we should
Mhm.
be. Who is he asking?
Yeah.
It's so vague. Is he asking himself?
Yeah. And it's been a problem for a
Or
long
is
time.
he
It's
or
not like,
is he asking the players?
yeah, it's
Is he
weird,
asking the
isn't it?
players?
Yeah. Yeah. He's probably talking to himself in some kind of existential fucking thing that he's doing with himself or something, mate. But that's been the
Man.
problem for all his tenure with us. That's always been the problem. We can't play four quarters. So why is he puzzled now that we can't fucking do it for 4 quarters? We've been doing it for fucking 3 years. We won a
Like you're
premiership
saying,
playing 1 quarter of
hey
footy.
Manny, I'm going to keep
Yeah, buddy.
The echo's coming through you, mate. That's why I keep muting you.
Hold on, hold
Have
on.
you,
a
have you
second.
got
I-
have you got
Hey, Manny.
YouTube open?
Manny, what were
or-
you doing fucking a few weeks ago? Were you doing something different when you were coming on?
Hold on.
It's a bit quiet
Because
too.
you were
while-
fucking
while we-
perfect, man, a couple of weeks ago. Or even last week, you were perfect.
Manny. I'm gonna remove you. Come back when you're sorted, buddy. See if it's better. Yeah. So strange stuff going on.
Yeah.
While we're
Yeah.
waiting for Manny, I want to bring Daz back on. See
Yep.
if he's see how he's going. Daz,
Yep. How's that sound?
that's
How's
sounding
that
better.
sound?
Yeah,
Oh,
much
good.
better.
I'll let you talk. Because I've got anything to say at the moment. Let Mick talk, you talk, and when I've got something to say, I'll say. I'm interested in Mick because the voice of reason, Mick, because you've backed us. You've picked us regularly the last month. And yeah, just from your opinion, I'd love to hear what you think because obviously you've had expectations. So
Oh, yeah.
how are they now? How are they now, mate?
Oh, this shit. Just the messaging that's come out, intentionally, unintentionally from the club, and what we're seeing week to week. It's really strange times, man. And Craig Kelly fucking off, this whole fucking Bobby Hill thing. They've constantly lied to us about Bobby, you know.
Yeah, that's a worry.
And then on top of that, just really stubborn game plans, you know. Long, he's not a forward. I reckon every AFL coach should be fucking looking at Fly and fucking laughing stuff. What the fuck are you doing, you dick? The bloke can't play. The bloke is not a key forward, mate, you know.
Here's the thing about Collingwood, right? We lose to Freo, Swans, Doggies, draw to Hawthorn. Now, I guarantee you we win all of those games. And this is the math, I've done the maths. If we win those games, we're on 36 points, equal with Freo. So we're third. What would the media be saying about Collingwood? Are we going off a cliff? Are we an aging list? No. Craig McRae, close game master. Collingwood do it again. Craig McRae, what a genius. We lose those games. Does Fly McRae get the criticism? No, it's our list. Our list is the problem. Our list is the problem. We're an aging list. We're falling off the cliff. So I've worked it out. The media is protecting McRae.
You reckon?
They must be. How could they not identify that? How can you, like, Kane Corns, if he was real, just playing Ned Long for a week or two as a forward, if he just does it against it's been Geelong, it's been Sydney, it's been West Coast, it's been Bulldogs. A guy who's not a forward, who is currently a failed midfielder, is put down in the forward line so that McRae can protect his spot in the team because he's a favourite. Corns should be all over that. It's some of the worst, and this is what it exposes: his selection and his match day tactics all in one go. All you need to know about Craig McRae is Ned Long playing forward. Shouldn't be in the side. Shouldn't be taking away the spot in the side of a forward. Buller, West, Saxena, the new bloke Pods, all of them could kick a goal or two.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ned Long in the side as a forward. That's all you need. That's what I'm focusing on at the moment. I'm
Yeah.
focusing on that because that is all you need to know about Craig McRae as a coach. It exposes his selection. It exposes how he plays favourites, discriminates against young people, and it shows how terrible his tactics are. Just in that one thing. Ned Long forward for 4 weeks, 1 goal. I'm going to just bring Manny on, give him another
Sure.
crack. Hey, Manny.
Hey, better, Matty?
I think
Better,
so.
bro? Is
We
that
hope
better?
so.
Yes, I'm not getting the echo.
Yeah, I'll
It's
put on
better.
I'll put the settings on
You're
speakerphone
a
now.
bit quiet, but it's passable.
Yeah, I got it on speakerphone, bro.
Okay.
That's good. We can hear. Good.
Hey,
Just on
Go
Kane
ahead.
Corns. Does everyone remember Kane having a go nearly every second week last year at Luke Beveridge and the Dogs?
Yes.
Having a crack at his coaching. What's going on?
Yep.
This team should be winning more games, having cracks at players not playing in their right positions, having a crack at the system, the game plan, and all of that. That was Kane 12 months ago. And I can even go back, Kane talking about Alistair Clarkson and having a crack at Clarko. But I'll use the Dogs as an example because they've been a finals team, a reasonably regular finals team over the last few years. And Bevo's been there longer than Craig McRae. We know that. And in fact, Kane, in actual fact, tipped the Dogs to win the premiership this year. He also tipped them to finish top 4 last year. But I remember Kane constantly, and you remember that little incident at one of the games where Bevo and Kane almost come to blows before the game, pre-game, and Bevo gave him the big stare and Kane was walking over there and he just walked straight past him and didn't want to have a bar of him and all of that. I forget what game that was. But then everything went, and then it was like, this guy's just simply don't know what he's talking about. So question is, where's that criticism of Fly? Kane often criticises other coaches, but I don't recall anything this year from Kane criticising selections, game plan, or anything in regards to Craig McRae. There's no doubt in my mind there are certain people in the media that are protecting Fly.
because it's a boys' club, mate. That's what it is, mate. At the end of the day, it's very connected. Like everything in the AFL, the media, the admin, the even the coaches and admin of teams, they all went to the same fucking schools, man. They're all involved in the same fucking, private investments and shit like that. They're all told where they can go in certain topics. When certain things happen, they fall into line. Like big controversies, the Essendon saga, COVID, whatever, they all fall into line. It's very conspiracy. I'm being very conspiratorial, but it's what it is, man.
Also, another thing I picked up tonight. You got James Hird has just called Dyson Heppel, so Dyson Heppel can go to Essendon and work with James Hird. So already we're paying someone that's taking phone calls from another coach that wants the Essendon job that's working with our boys. Dyson Heppel. There's another fucking loose end. See? So his mind's not on the job now. His mind's gone back to Essendon. So there's half a season left, and we've got all this shit going on all the time.
Fuck.
Wait, guys, I'll tell you something right now. Hayden Skipworth will be at another club next year. He won't. He'll be the big loss at the end of the year. I've been told that he's very much in the mix for Carlton, for the Carlton main job. And in any case, I think he might even go to Carlton and work with Josh Fraser and whoever gets the coach next year. I know he's already been spoken to by Graham Wright, and I wouldn't be surprised if Skippy gets in for an interview with Essendon as well. But
It makes sense, doesn't it?
I don't expect Skippy to hang around beyond this year. I think he's going to go. I thought he'd go last year, but I'm pretty convinced he'll go this year. He'll go to another club, which is our big loss. He's the guy that I really fear. Once he goes, I think the shit will really hit the fan, because in amongst those coaches and assistant coaches, there's just no. Well, I don't have a lot of faith in those other assistants currently at our club anymore. You know, we have Scotty Selwood, Brendan Bolton. You know, Justin Leppich started off there originally, but if you compare that to what we are and what we have right now, and then we lose Skippy at the end of the year, God help us. Unless who do we get to replace him? And I mean, if Dyson Heppel goes, so be it. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I mean, that's sort of something he'd probably want to do, I'd imagine. Go back to Essendon at some stage. But the big loss as far as I'm concerned would be Hayden Skipworth, because he's been the guy, I think, he's been there all that time. He's the longest serving assistant that we've had now through this premiership period and finals period, where we've had the tilt, a couple of prelim finals and all of that. But if we were to lose him, and I know he's worked a lot with the younger guys, I think that's going to be really, really disappointing. And it's going to be massive, massive pressure on the club on finding replacements for people like as good as that.
It makes sense, Daz. It does what you're saying. Sorry, Manny. I was just going to quickly say that makes sense. Fraser's gone to Carlton to kind of like, you know, get the ball rolling and stuff. He's probably mates with Skipworth, yeah. Skipworth goes there next year, gets the main gig, but Fraser sticks around as an assistant. Yeah.
I reckon could be wrong.
Heppel fucks off, and we've got no one to fucking run to work all this shit out because Kelly's fucking off. So where does that leave us? Go, man.
Not great. It's not looking good.
I don't get what you know. If you're a good coach, what you do? If you're a good coach, if I was coaching Collingwood now, tomorrow morning I'll pick up the phone. You know who I'll call? I'll be calling Ken Hinkley, and I'll be asking Ken Hinkley, how were you playing Houston? Let me know how Houston was playing at Port Adelaide, because I want to release him. So he could pick up the phone and ask a couple easy questions. But he's that dumb, right? He doesn't know how to coach properly. He's that dumb. That's an easy phone call to make, and Ken Hinkley would help him. If he calls Ken Hinkley and says, "Kenny, how were you using Houston? What was your trick in the back line?" And Hinkley would tell him, right? Number one, because Hinkley respects Houston. He was an old player of his. And number two, right? The coaches like helping each other when they're not coaching against each other. That's what you should do. Number one. Number two is, get the boys together on the training track and work out what game style you're going to start with on the weekend. Are you going to go ballistic, or you're going to go fucking slow down the line? He has to sort it out quick, smart.
Yeah, it's weird times, man.
I don't give a fuck whose decision it is to keep Long in the forward line. Whether they're stubborn and they don't want to move him now because they look like they failed. It looks like it's a failure. So what they're doing is they're persisting with it, just in case they pull something off, some miracle pulls off. He might kick fucking 3-4 goals in one weekend, and all of a sudden this magic move just fucking it just made sense. What they should do is go back to original, go back to how you were before, right? and fucking sort the team out. Simple.
So I reckon Craig Kelly, privately, he won't say this publicly. I reckon he's at the end of his tether with the Bobby Hill situation. I reckon a few of those people within Collingwood, he'd be one of them. He's normally a very outspoken person. But I reckon privately, I reckon he's just about done with the whole thing. I don't think he'd be agreeing with the way that this whole thing's dragged on for 12 months. Yeah, he can't say that. He can't say that publicly, but I reckon he'd be saying that to a few of his colleagues at Collingwood, just those that he can trust. But yeah, it does seem a bit odd, but I wouldn't be at all surprised that this is sort of, and the fact that he probably can see us dropping off a little bit over the next few years, just fears what might happen with Tassie coming in as well. I'm looking at the premiership table for next year, and I'm thinking, well, apart from Essendon, I only hope that we can bounce back and sort of like be competitive again through the rest of this year, but also next year as well. But, you know, time will tell. But apart from Essendon, the other teams near the bottom of the ladder, they're all starting to show something now, like West Coast, Carlton, obviously, North Melbourne already showing something. They've beaten two top six teams already this year, North, and we haven't even done that. I'm a little bit fearful that we're going to be down the bottom.
There's no need to be fearful. What with our list? Are you fearful about our list? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm not fearful of the list. I'm fearful
the holistic because of Fly in control.
Well, main reason is Fly where he's taking us. I am concerned that he is running us into the ground, and I'm worried and I'm fearful for next year because we're going to have a lot of kids playing. You know, just a lot of kids playing all at the same time next year, with a lot of the seniority gone. I mean, let's face it, we're going to have probably 2 retirements at least. We're not going to have Jamie Elliott out there for 12 months, and how, Geordie's having a really good year, but he's a how
this
long
is all
has
list
Geordie
stuff,
got?
Daz. This is all.
It is.
This is all list. This has nothing to do with Fly. You're concerned about the list.
I would like to see us.
It's media. This is. I think this is media. This is media narrative. What I'm hearing at the moment.
I would like to see Fly have faith in more of the younger guys between now and round 24, and start putting those guys into the AFL, not all at once, giving them experience between now and round 24 so that they can be better players when we start 2027. So it's a bit of Fly, and it's his lack of confidence, because he would have played Will Hayes earlier. He would have played Oscar Steen earlier. He would have played Charlie West earlier. The fact that Charlie West has only played a couple of games in his AFL career already is an absolute disgrace. It's crazy that Oscar Steen had to wait virtually 4 years to play his first AFL game. It took the rule change, the ruck rule change, for Fly to actually work out that Darcy Cameron wasn't up to it. And otherwise, if we hadn't had that rule change, Oscar Steen probably would still be playing VFL, wouldn't he?
Yep.
That put pressure on Fly, bringing in Oscar Steen, the ruck change.
One sec, mate.
Fly was going to have a bar of it before that.
Hey, Daz, 1 sec. Manny, you're echoing again.
I am.
Yep.
Hold on, I'll mute myself. Hold on, I'll mute myself. Wait.
Daz, you just muted yourself.
I have, yes.
I think that's
how's that
good
sound?
now. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'll keep muting myself just every.
No, I think it was Manny. It wasn't huge, but there was definitely.
I've had my say. You guys have your say. I think it's a bit of everything. It's a bit of everything, guys.
Here's the thing. Against Sydney, where it's quite clear we ended up losing that game when Oscar Steen went down with an ACL. We went in with one ruckman. At one stage when Steen went down, we had Buller. At one stage we had Long up against Grundy. Grundy was we did really well to lose by 6 points in the end. But what that showed, we had 8 players, 20 games or under in that side. No one made a big deal of that. No, and Fly could have come out and said, "Oh, all you media people talking about how we're going off the cliff and we don't have any depth. We've got 8 guys in this side, all teenagers, early 20s, less than 20 games. We took it to the premiership favourites. This is our future. Will Hayes, Angry Anderson, and the rest. Unfortunately, Steen, who's done his ACL, Will Parker, and the rest. It doesn't matter who they are, but that we had 8 players under 20 games in that side. But Fly doesn't bring that up, because if he does, it spotlights how he never gives these guys a go. Because very quickly the media would go, "Hey, where's Fly been hiding these guys?" Here we are thinking they're falling off a cliff. They're an aging list, and they've got 8 guys who have played 20 games or less, and they're taking it up to the premiership favourites. Wow, how exciting is this for Collingwood? No, Fly doesn't want that narrative out there. He doesn't want that, because he prefers it when we lose 4 close games to premiership fancies. Instead of it being, "Hey, Fly used to win these games, now he doesn't. What's wrong with him?" The narrative, "Oh, Collingwood's too old. That's why they're shit." That's the narrative he prefers.
Is Echo gone, Matty?
I think it's good, mate.
You know what else is the
Can't hear
problem?
it. Yeah, it's better.
The problem is there must be pressure from inside the club, because for all of us on this chat now, we know what needs to be done. We know what decision has to be made, right? But it's easy for us because we haven't got any ties in the club. But there must be pressure coming from somewhere else that restricts Fly's hands from making the tough calls.
That's one theory. The other theory is that Fly is stuck in his ways.
Yep, I agree with that.
So why would the club not want to develop? Are they tanking? Are you suggesting they might be like this season? They're totally wanting to finish in the bottom 4 to get a good, get a top 5 draft pick. Is that what you might?
No, I'm saying.
Is that what you're suggesting?
Like players like Sidey and club greats and stuff. Like we know side bottom's done, but they keep playing him. You know what I mean? So it's whether that it's they're looking after the greats, and like how's due for a rest soon. So stuff like that. Like what they should do is Sidey's done. They should be calling him out, retiring, and giving a kid his spot. So whether there's pressure coming from the top to keep playing him, or I don't know what's going on, but something's just not right at the moment. There's something fishy going on.
Yeah, you could be right. You see, Fly has had to bullshit in press conferences before, especially around the Bobby situation. Like he clearly knows there's shit that's going on that the public doesn't know. And he has to not necessarily lie, but not tell the full truth about what's going on. So, like, for example, Dan Houston should have been dropped last year. Darcy Moore should have been dropped more than once in the last couple of years. But there's no way the PR, the public relations team and the advertising team, there's no way they're letting Dan Houston or Darcy Moore get dropped last year or this year, because publicly that would embarrass the club. So I see it's very feasible that Fly's hands are tied in certain situations when it comes to selection, because the higher ups are saying, okay, Fly, you can pick a certain team, but even if you want to, Darcy Moore's not getting dropped any time, and Dan Houston's not getting dropped last year, or even Lockie Schultz the year before, even though both of them were not definitely not earning their spot in the senior team in 2024 and 2025 respectively. So that's a possibility. He's maybe he wants to drop Ned Long. He wants to drop Bo McQuarrie. He wants to drop Lipper. He wants to give Sidey a rest, Crisp, Josh Dacos, even all of the Quaynor players who are established, and they could very easily have a rest. Maybe he doesn't have a say in that, and he wants to give him a spell, but he doesn't have that. He's not able to make that call. I don't know.
Oh, well,
So is this true? What Ricky is saying? The media released the new ruck rules mid-season last year. The AFL made it official in October, but the club still decided to delist Cox and not pick up a jumping ruck at the national. Yeah, I just see.
It's fucking dumb, man. I just think
We're echoing again, mate.
Hold on, mate.
Someone within the club is sabotaging us. Like that mid-season draft, we had one job. We had 3 picks. I thought, fuck, let's just get 3 ruckmen. We had one job. And our job was to pick up a jumping ruckman, someone who is a point of difference, like a Steen, a more experienced Steen perhaps, and get in there someone and, but he's good around the ground and intercepting marks. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather someone who gets 10 hit outs in the centre square and doesn't touch the ball for the rest of the game. That's how important centre clearances are. What do? We get a Darcy Cameron clone.
Oh, that kills me, man. Yeah.
Fuck me dead.
Well,
and the guy, we could
have
have got Caleb May.
Yeah. And listen to this, mate. Caleb May. Taller, younger, and more athletic than Harrison Coe. Isn't it a no-brainer, man? It's like, and to top it off, he fucking took him to the cleaners last week too.
There's a reason.
Manny, I'm gonna have Manny. Manny, you're gonna have to mute. What do you? I'm gonna have to mute you, Manny. Just what do you want? Finish what you're saying. It's just we're just getting echoes. Sorry, Manny.
No,
Mick.
I'll have to, I've got to get some earphones. I'm gonna have to buy some earphones.
Earphones, yes, mate. That's what it'll be. It'll be the speakerphone.
You know what? There's a reason why fucking Bulldogs picked up May. They didn't pick him for no reason. They picked him because he's a good fucking ruckman, and we picked Coe instead of May. One spot under us, or was one spot before them.
Oh.
So we fucked up there again. They got to find a player in the club that can jump and throw him in the fucking ruck. Simple. Because if they don't do that on the weekend, we got no hope whatsoever. All right, boys.
None.
I'll be on chat. I'll just you go on with it. I'll have to get some headphones soon and sort this fucking echo out.
All right, bro. Thanks, Manny. See you, Manny.
All right, boys. All right, have a good night. Bye.
Cheers.
You too, bud. See ya.
Good luck. Cheers. Yeah, I watched Caleb May. He's got a lot of spring in his step. He can jump. And that was a good sample in the VFL on the weekend.
You know, Sean at Ultimate Greatness, that was his pick. He said when we were talking about this prior to the draft, I hadn't heard of the guy, and he said Caleb May is a guy we should go for from South Australia. And when this Harrison Coe bloke got called out, I was just like, oh,
who the fuck's that?
This?
Yeah.
And the first I knew of it, Anthony comes on very soon after it, and he started warming us all up to, hey guys, now I wouldn't mind showing you the video. I know what you guys all want. You want to get an Oster Skeen, a type of guy. Now get ready for it, guys. Harrison Coe is not that guy. He's like DC. He's like Darcy Cameron. He's good around the ground. He was really selling him, but he was also preparing us and warming up to the fact that he's going to lose center clearances. I was a bit like, wow, you've really got the info on this bloke. You've got it down pat. And I started this going, what? Because we were straight after it. We were just being super positive after the draft in my, I don't know, it was my stream or someone else's stream. And just assuming, oh, we've just got a big bloke who's 205 centimeters. Of course, he's going to be able to jump. And then as time went on and we watched his first reserves game, the VFL game, up against Bulldogs, who got Caleb May, and by the end of the game, Caleb May had just gapped Harrison Coe big time, especially that third quarter. And we just holy shit.
Yeah.
Because Anthony
We
was
did the
saying
watch along.
yeah.
When we did the watch
Remember,
along.
I came in.
Yeah.
I only watched dribs and drabs, but every time I turned it on, he was just getting monstered in the center square. And I was saying, is this what's happening? And you were saying, oh, nah, he's kind of breaking even. But then by the time it was like 3/4 time, you're like, no, we got the wrong guy.
Yeah, it was even until half time. But then the second half, May just fucking took over, man. And what really concerned me was, all right, I can understand, all right, May's not as good in the centre bounces, but he's all right around the ground. May was fucking taking him fucking forward, drifting forward, and outmarking him anyway. So that argument about around the ground, May was equal to him around the ground anyway. You know, on top of fucking beating him in the fucking tap outs, mate. You know, so there's no argument there. We've got the wrong pick, man. I know it's only one game, but what else do you want to see, man? And that's our most glaring weakness, man. Centre clearances, mate. Every fucking game, we have to set up defensively because we know we're not going to get the fucking tap. So Nick's getting fucking crunched. They're not playing their natural flowing game. We saw how it was when Oscar Steen was in the ruck. Nick was like a gazelle, mate. And now he's, having to set up defensively.
Down his throat, yeah.
And it's fucking depressing that we got this guy now. It's just another DC clone. It's kind of like, fucking hell, man. Seriously.
Conspiracy time.
Yeah.
I reckon, okay, tinfoil hat firmly on, but I reckon they got Harrison Coe because it was the one ruckman that wouldn't make DC look bad.
Okay. Oh, man. If it's true what Rick King said earlier in the chat, look, the ruck rules were going to get changed. Yeah, the media.
So they knew.
The media, it got leaked to the media earlier, so it would have been common knowledge to everyone in the football industry that they were going to change the ruck rules. We would have known that. Why? With that in mind, all right, the ruck rules haven't been changed yet, but Darcy Cameron's sitting down, negotiating a contract. The club's under pressure. Oh, shit.
West Coast wanted him.
He's asking for a contract, and we're pretty sure they're going to change the ruck rules. What are we going to do? If we don't sign him up, he's going to want a fucking trade or something like that. We've still got Cox on the list. Yeah, we've still got Cox on the list. So even if they do change the ruck rules, it's going to be an advantage for Cox. We've got this youngster Steen. He hasn't played yet, but we know he's a jumper. The ruck rules will suit him. What do we do in this situation? Oh, let's just sign up fucking DC to a massive fucking contract with whatever he wants. You know? Grundy, fucking almost like a Grundy situation. Mate,
Who do you reckon, with Kelly supposedly out the door, who or what particular person or what faction, who is sabotaging Collingwood? Because we're being sabotaged at the moment.
I look. I don't think it's sabotage.
Can't be all it can't be all fly. Nah, someone's fucking with us.
It's
Like this whole
incompetence. man.
DC thing, no,
Yeah.
that implies that they're stupid. Like Shane
They are.
O'Brien.
Well, he's done
I don't-
everything
I
right
don't-
so far.
See, even if you go down the flies on the spectrum, a lot of people on the spectrum are geniuses.
Yeah.
They they need their structure and they need their routine, but they're not dumb. They're not stupid. And
Yeah.
Shane O'Brien was a brilliant part of Geelong's recruiting powerhouse for the last 5 years. What's going on with our selection? What's going on with our drafting? What's going on with our trades? What's going on with our match day coaching? We can sit here and we're just it seems like someone is it can't all be dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Are we tanking? Are we tanking?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Is it we're deliberately going down the bottom? Someone says we need, because we've fucked up all our draft picks since 2020. And we want to get, and Tassie's coming in. We've got next year, or I think it's like next year maybe, or sorry, this year, the draft that's 2026 for your season 2027. We need to finish down the bottom for the next couple of years to get reasonably good draft picks, because Tassie's going to fuck us.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
someone's
just playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to work out a reason why there's so many dumb decisions that are clearly not good for us.
Look, we are speculating here. I just think, in my opinion, Matt, I just think it's incompetence, and that incompetence has come from a disrupted board with all the Graham Wright stuff, and then Graham Wright's fucked off to Carlton. It's probably there was probably some people in the club that were Graham Wright in his fucking faction kind of thing.
Yep.
And then Craig Kelly comes in, and it's obvious Craig Kelly he's probably seen something that he doesn't like, so he's negotiating his exit now. So this has all been happening, and you always hear stuff about Lepage, like he's a real hard bloke. I've heard that he's a real hard bloke to get along with. And he was looking after our recruiting or something before O'Brien comes in. Yeah, I think so. And then O'Brien's come in now, and that Harrison Co pickup is it feels like a non-O'Brien type of thing, to do. He usually gets them right. So, it just seems very, it'll come out. Some journo will fucking latch onto this, man, and fucking, not a Cornsey or a fucking Caro, but one of the fucking better ones will fucking latch onto this and say, they'll write up a big piece about all this shit that's been happening the last couple of years,
guys, that Fly and Leper are, of course, they played
premierships
together for Brisbane. They're best mates. Now we can joke about Fly being best mates with Vossi and all that, and that's probably still the case. I mean, they played premierships together, multiple premierships together. Obviously, they've got that friendship and the camaraderie that they had, and the absolute love of playing in so many premierships for an AFL club. But Leper and Fly, they talk a lot. They would talk a lot. They're mates, so they talk a lot. So when Fly goes, I'm sure Leper will go. It might be the other way around. When Leper goes first, Fly won't be long. He won't hang around. There's no doubt about that. I mean, they are the best of mates at the football club. So if there are people potting the club and those two guys know what's going on, they're not going to hang around. They're not going to stick around or anything like that. They're not going to be. And Fly's always said anyway, guys, that He's not a career coach.
Mm.
So, I mean,
But
I
he's-
think,
yeah.
yeah, I think next year, I know
Scott-
he's there until,
Ending his
I've checked
contract.
it up. Yeah, I know he's there until 2028, I believe. He's there until the end of 2028. I still think there's a very real chance that, particularly if we have a very ordinary year next year in 2027, I can't see Fly staying for that full term. I can't see him continuing again to fulfill his contract. I think there'll be a parting of the ways, and that is when Fly will go. Now, that may be before or after Leopard goes. I just can't see Fly sticking around if we miss the finals this year, miss them again next year, and I just cannot see that happening where he'd stick around to fulfill his contract. I think the writing will be on the wall, and I think it might be a good thing for Collingwood to say, yeah, handshake agreement just didn't work out. Thanks for the premiership. We go looking for a new coach, because at the end of the day, we're going to have a lot of young players, a younger list, and we need to get some sort of, we've lost our attraction. We've lost our energy. We've lost our sparkle. You used to talk about us having sparkle and excitement going back a couple of years ago in 2022, 2023, and even mentioned it a bit last
Blockbuster.
year.
What do they got?
We've lost all of
Blockbuster
that.
Pies, or the what do they call it?
The team,
Showtime
but
Pies or some shit.
yeah, the team, but it reflects on the club. As a club, we look, I can't remember how many games this
Quarantine
year.
Pies.
Some of those games have been unwatchable. We're playing horrible football. Now, you can't say that that's what we were doing even the beginning of last year.
Daz,
We weren't doing it in 23, and we weren't doing it in 22.
Daz, you know what? This you might need to go back and prove myself wrong or you wrong. But in 2022 and 2023, we played almost exactly like we're playing now. Do you know what the difference was? Those 5 games, those 5 close games in 2022, 2023, we won them. And we glossed over the fact that we were crap for 2.5, 3 quarters. It would either be we'd be playing crappy and we'd get to 2, 3, 4 goals down at 3/4 time, or we'd play well for a half and then we'd park the bus and the team would come back and we would just win. So Craig McRae has been doing this sort of coaching for 4 years now. He gets a kick. This is my opinion. I believe he gets a kick out of close games. Now, the difference, one of the reasons we're not winning the close games now is Brendan Bolton has gone. And what I understand is that Brendan Bolton was in charge of drilling every night, at least once a week at training. They would do 5 minutes each way. 5 minutes we're up by 5 points, and 5 minutes we're down by 5 points. And it's a totally different game. 1 killing the game, and then 5 just going helter-skelter and taking risks and winning the game. We don't do that anymore. Haven't done it for a couple of years. So it just goes to show you, had we won Swans, Freo, Footscray, won instead of drawn. We probably should have won Adelaide as well. If we'd won Adelaide, we're second. The football world would be just bowing to Craig McRae. Oh, he's doing it again. Oh, this aging list. Isn't he amazing? We've lost those games. Are they saying, oh, what's wrong with McRae? No, list. The list is to blame. Everyone but Fly. It's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. So guys, I went and did this earlier. I didn't know you were going to have a stream tonight. So these are the guys I give a pass mark to. These are the players I give a pass mark to halfway through this year so far. You tell me if I've missed any, and that will leave you at least 14, 15 players who have been very ordinary this year, and you would be then have a think about how many of those are senior players and experienced players that are just not performing. And we've been saying that for most of so far the half the season so far. So these are the guys I give a pass mark or a tick to. So those that I give a tick to. So if this is out of 10, I'd say to get a pass mark, you've got to be 6, 7, 8, or 9 out of 10 so far up to round 12. So Geordie, tick. I'm giving a tick to Billy Frampton. I'm giving a tick to Pendles, despite the fact that he's 38. I think he's been more than serviceable. I'm giving a tick to Oscar Steen before he got injured. I'm going to include the injured players. I'm giving a tick to Will Hayes because he shows promise and has had a go in all the games he's played. I'm going to give a tick to Rowan Steele because he's developed and improved. And he to me, he just needs to remain in the team. I'm giving a tick to Harry Perryman because we've missed him over the last 3-4 weeks. And his form before that was, I think we underestimate, a lot of people, I didn't underestimate him. I think he's a valuable player, very valuable player. And
agree.
Of the others, I can't really pick too many others. Maybe Lockie Schultz, just on the 6. Maybe Lockie Schultz. Probably picked up a little bit.
No,
he's probably been,
hang on, the
he's been
first
okay.
list. There's a few people missing out of the first list, I thought. What about Nick?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Clearly, yeah, sorry about that. Nick would be 1 or 2 anyway. So, yeah, Nick's sorry for that. That was my oversight. So, Nick would be a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Hal would be about a 6. Wasn't good early, but probably his last 3 weeks have been better. So, maybe a 6. But then I'm struggling to find anyone else on a regular basis. And I'm talking about a regular basis. So, of the 11 games, at least 7 of those 11 games. Who?
What about Bruz?
Sorry. I probably put Bruz as I'd put him in as didn't have a great game 2 weeks ago. Look, I thought, I'd give him a 7. So I probably
easily 7.
He's been better than Houston. He's been better than Q, and he's been better than Darcy this year. Now I know Darcy's injured, but the games I'm talking about, and even to the periods of last year, Darcy wasn't performing anyway. So then you look at. So I've just mentioned 3 players: Houston, Q, Moore, Sidebottom. Crisp is probably borderline, not far off the mark, but still we've seen him play better.
I'm just taking note. Can you go back to your list again? This one
of the guys that I'm giving passes
under
to?
5. Yep.
Sorry, those that are under 5.
Or minuses?
I'll go back to. Well, I've mentioned the pluses. I'll go back to the guys that I haven't mentioned. So these that are under 5 or are 5 or under.
Yep.
So I'm going to go Q. I'm going to go Moore. I'm going to go Houston. I'm going to go Sidebottom. I'm going to go Lipinski. I'm going to go Membry. I'm going to go McStay. He only gets a 5 because he did play some good games going back last month, but we waited a long time for that. Darcy Cameron, definitely in that bottom half. Have I missed any? I don't know. I'm talking about the regulars. Regulars. I'm not going to include Charlie West because he's had 2 games and it's unfair. And I'm not even going to mention Jack Buller. Parker. Hard to say, really. I'm going to put him. I'm going to put him ahead of those guys I've just mentioned, like Steele and Moore and Houston.
One sec,
only
Daz.
because they've. Yeah.
Geelong's
and Josh Dacos.
Membry kicked 3 goals in his last games. Yeah, he also kicked 3 goals in his last 7 games. Something like that.
I still don't think. I'm not satisfied with what he's put up so far.
No, this is.
I'm not satisfied. I'm
Lucas,
being
we love
harsh.
you, Lucas. We
I'm
love you,
being
Lucas.
harsh.
But this is Lucas just seeing Membry's 3 goals. But
Yeah, I
look
realise
at the
that.
big picture.
I'm looking
he's
at the big
averaging-
picture, and I'm looking at his effort last year as well. I'm looking at the downturn from last year to this year. So I'm correlating our form drop off from last year to this year. I just wanted to mention Josh Dacos because he was one that I haven't mentioned. No one can. We all know Josh is a very good player. He's not as good as Nick, but his season today, I rated almost as bad as Darcy Cameron's. It's dropped off alarmingly. He has to be as low as a 3 or a 2 or anything like that. I can't remember the last time Josh played well.
And you know who else I've got? I've got Bo McCreary in the same boat. He's under 5.
Absolutely.
So
way down.
This is damning. You've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 who have got ticks. 2 of them are injured in Hayes and Steen. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 who are all playing. Apart from Moore is injured. So this is a well pointed out, Daz. This is a big problem. We've got so many established players who people say, "Oh, who are you going to drop?"
Underperforming.
They two things. They say, "Who are you going to drop?" And they also say, "There's no one to come in for them." And that's crap.
Well, we haven't got everyone available to replace them in the VFL clearly. So some will still have to. Some of those senior guys will still have to play, but some of them shouldn't be playing because this has been going on now regularly for the last, since, as I said, the drop-off from last year. The drop-off, this is last year. Again, we're round 11, round 12 this week. Drop-off has been going on now for a number of multiple games, for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. And I've just looked at those players I've mentioned, and there's about 8 of them who won a premiership medal in 2023. So we've got premiership players in 2023 who I've just mentioned. There's a few, that didn't make it, and a couple weren't here. But there's 7 or 8 at least that actually played through the finals, not only last year, but through 2023 as well. And were there, let's not beat around the bush, they were also in the team in 2024 when we failed to play finals. Another one I just wanted to mention, Dan McStay. He's here for another 12 months, but has he been a good guys? Has he been a good investment since coming from Brisbane? Has he delivered?
No. But in fairness to him, as erratic and clumsy as he can be at times, he's had a nightmare run with injuries. Yeah.
Yep, I understand.
Apart from
last week.
Yeah.
But when you're fit, you're fit.
He's had a reasonable month.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you're fit, you're fit. So when you get over your ACL, and we'll be saying the same thing, we're going to go through the same. A lot of people are having a crack at Harvey Harrison. He's just come back from 18 months ACL and saying he's not good enough and all of that. So they're potting him after one game, after last Saturday night's game. So I read online, a lot of people were having a crack at Harvey, saying that not good enough, just after one game of football, after 18 months off of any football whatsoever. And we've had a lot more from Dan McStay over the 3 years or 3.5 years. And I think it's poor investment. Yes, it was worth a crack, worth a go. And he was unlucky. He probably would have played in a premiership had he not been injured and all of that. But you look at him and then you look at the poor investment we're getting from Dan Houston. That's actually even worse. That is even worse because we moved heaven and earth to get him. He wanted to go to Carlton, and he came to Collingwood. We basically got that deal done in the final moments, in the final day of the trade, and we gave a lot up for him and all of that, and he really wanted to go to Carlton. That was his dream, to play for Carlton. We got him, and everyone, and we was talked up. This was going to change everything. He was going to be a star in our team, in our defence, with our, our back line. And there's a handful of games that he's played well, but I reckon
maybe 5 or
85%
6
of the
games.
rest have been absolute woeful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a poor investment, and we had to be careful because everyone was plotting Lockie Schultz after his first year as well. But I tell you what, I'd take Lockie Schultz over Dan Houston. Different types
absolutely.
of players,
Look,
because
I
at
was
least
plotting
you get.
Schultz. I was plotting
I'm
both
not.
of them.
I'm not.
I was plotting both of
Collingwood
them.
supporters
They were
do
both-
that.
No, that's not. No. It's not because I'm a Collingwood supporter. Lockie Schultz was under fucking whelming in his first year.
I agree.
And so was Dan Houston. The difference between Lockie Schultz and Dan Houston, at least Lockie Schultz, I was critical of him. I didn't think he's worth a first-round pick, but he had a crack. He just wasn't very good that year. Just poor decision-making, but he had a crack. Dan Houston has never really had gives 100%. This year has
Absolutely.
been no different. At least in Lockie Schultz turned it around. His effort turned into results. But Dan Houston is like his first half last week was just fucking so lazy and soft. Just the amount of times where he's like covering grass and the ball goes sideways or over his head, and he needs to, whether he's running back with a flight or he's chasing a tail, he just gives up. He fucking gives up. It's like under 15 stuff.
Yeah.
He's got no heart.
So remember, Mick, I was in the chat
Yeah.
just going off about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so deflating. Imagine as a backline, just seeing one of your teammates just give up. And it's not so much that you can get there and take a mark or get a spoil, but just the fact that you give up and don't try.
Yeah.
How can you have a senior footballer doing that? Like, the last senior footy I played was like third division in Sydney sort of level, and similar in Melbourne. That wouldn't be tolerated in amateur football. Just not tolerated. To do it 3 times in a half in the most senior level of football, and the commentators don't even mention it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Could it be argued that Houston's drop down in output since he's been at Collingwood is a coaching thing, or is it on him? Like, for example, he's come into Collingwood. We've asked him to play a different role than Port. He's a senior AFL experienced footballer. There's no reason why he shouldn't prosper with our game plan, with the skill set he's shown at Port. Why do we have to change our whole game plan to suit what Port was doing, which wasn't successful, by the way? Just for him, he should be able to adapt to the way we're playing, and still show off his skills.
This is
Because a lot of people say
it's another narrative. I don't know whether it's created by the media or the club, but it's a narrative to protect Houston, and it's designed to protect Collingwood.
Yeah. You know what else I hate?
As a halfback flanker, this is what you do. You're manning up on the half-forward flanker. You're going to man, and the bounce happens, right? The opposition gets the ball. You're on your man.
Yeah.
Right? You are minding your man, right? And then the ball comes down. You stay on your man. Then the ball goes to a contest. You choose to stay on your man, or you leave your man to go and spoil. Don't leave your man to go and spoil if you're not going to make the contest. All of a sudden, there's a spill. Our team has the ball. You fucking take off. Whether it's down the center, to the wing, you become an option. The back line doesn't scan around the park and go, oh, that's Dan Houston. I'm not going to kick it to him. Where's Josh Dacos? Where's Quaynor? Because we're not allowed to give it to Dan Houston.
Yeah.
We are going through Josh Dacos. That is an absolute myth. You give it to the player who is in the best position. Usually, it should be the first person you see, unless they're going backwards in a dangerous position, or like, what's the point? Because they're right next to you. You may as well just go yourself. That's a halfback flanker.
Yeah.
Good halfback flankers, when we've got the ball, sprint and go hard into space, whether it's down the wing or into the center. You might not get hit, but you are into space. Now, if you're not the quickest bloke in the league, it doesn't matter. Just be a good option. First give. The centre half back takes a mark, or a rover roves the pack. Again, where's the runners? Where are the back pockets? Where are the half back flanks? Give it out. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Go, go, go. You don't sit around and go, oh, where's our quarterback? It's not NFL where only one bloke is a designated guy. So the reason last year Josh Dacos was getting the ball all the time, he was probably running into the best space.
Yeah.
This is absolute crap. That we're not going through Dan Houston. He's lazy. He's not getting to the right spots. Maybe he's not loud enough. Maybe he's not calling for it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fly even said that.
Crap.
Fly even said that. Oh, we want Dan to call for the ball. He's not calling for it because he's on big bucks. He's on. His life is nice. Yeah, he probably thinks he can coast through this contract that he's got now. And another thing I want to touch on. This whole thing about you need a whole year to adapt to a game plan. Come on, man. Petrarca? What, does he need a whole fucking year to adapt to Gold Coast's game plan? He's fucking thriving immediately, albeit he did get injured, I understand, but he was already firing straight away. And you see it everywhere. Recruits come in and they fire. Darren Jolly, Luke Ball, straight away they understood the Malthouse game plan. What? Houston needs a whole fucking 12 months to fucking learn it.
Perryman came in at the same time. And he's just no one rated it and said, oh, why Collingwood getting this bloke? It was good.
Yeah.
He was fourth in our best and fairest. Oh, he doesn't understand our running patterns.
Yeah.
They
Lipper does. Lipper understands him.
Yeah. He's elite running patterns.
Oh, man.
Funny.
All we've got now is just have to have some sort of blind faith in the flip of the switch theory that's been bandied about, and it's probably not even a thing, but it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel that halfway through the year we're just going to flip the switch and fucking play fucking chaos through the corridor constantly.
We're managing our loads. We're managing,
Yeah.
Wade is managing our loads and all that crap like that.
Well, look, we get fucking smashed against Melbourne. There's no other option but to do that, mate. And if we conk out and end up fucking going shit, so be it, man. This is the only thing we can do, because what we're doing now, playing this one quarter of football, whether it be the first quarter against Sydney or the last quarter against the Bullies, it's not going to cut it, mate. You need to play at least fucking 2.5 quarters of good footy to win a game, to contend, mate. And we've been playing one quarter of footy for a long time, man. We only play 4 quarters against rabble teams, yeah? Even that Essendon, when we smashed them, that was a half of footy, mate. The first half was how frustrating was that first half? It was fucking shocking, mate.
We actually haven't played four good quarters of footy since Buckley was coach in probably 2019. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
We were all, I don't know about you, but I was calling for his head. Lucas says, Warble strikes me as an inside mid bull. Nah, mate, I'm a halfback flanker.
Yeah. That's why he knows what to tell Houston, mate.
No, I played when I was younger. I played a lot of on ball, and then when I was really young, I was a full forward, and then in my later years, I went back to full forward.
Yeah.
But no, I was more of an outside winger, flanker, and then a bit of forward. That's why I know fucking how to be a halfback flanker. It is that Matthew Lloyd is. Yeah, I've got a bit of credibility because Matthew Lloyd says it's easy. He played full forward. Full forward's fucking hard position. Halfback flank, easiest position on the ground.
Do you agree with
it's
that?
just so much easier. Yeah. Oh, forward flank,
Yeah.
hardest position.
Yeah.
Halfback flank,
Yeah.
easiest position. 100%.
Because halfback flank, you're running one way most of the game. Yeah.
yeah.
Forward flank, you got to duck back and fucking change
Running
position.
with the flight of the ball. You've got you've always got a halfback flanker who's, he's manning you up and you've got to sort of judge it. Yeah, it's much easier being a halfback than a half forward. Absolutely. Right. And I'll give you another conspiracy theory about Collingwood. My theory is the reason why Sam Swadling is playing on the half forward flank at the moment is so that when Fly finally picks him, he'll get like 12 possessions or 8 possessions, and then it's easy for Fly to drop him.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but that's what'll happen. He'll get a game. He'll be played out of position. He's not a forward flanker. He'll get played on the forward flank and Fly. Oh, no, sorry, mate. 8 possessions, you're going to have to go back to VFL. Let's play a bit of Fly. And if we get taken down, then it's time for bed.
Yeah. I haven't, sorry, Matt. I haven't had a chance to watch the rant video, the Collingwood rant. They must be absolutely fucking scathing, mate.
Well, it's like an hour and a half if we try and get through that now.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Let me. I'm sure let me just do the right thing.
There are kindred spirits, mate.
They're fucking legends.
Yeah, they're the best, man.
And I'll put the link in the chat, and when we'll be finished soon. And you guys, I'm sure you're already subscribed to them. Go and watch it later. I should start earlier, then we can go through it because we'll just be stopping it every 2 minutes, agreeing with them and going nuts. So, guys, go and watch it in its fullness and its all its beauty tomorrow, and we'll watch a little bit of Fly.
What was your takeaway from the game?
Yeah, the game was on a nice edge for a lot of the part of the late in the third into the last. But I just said to the players, it really wasn't about style points. It wasn't really about margins or whatever. It was just about honouring Pendles. And
what?
This is the old one, mate.
Fucking...
Yeah.
Oh.
I've done that before, mate.
This is, and I don't get me started. This is about honouring Pendles. Fucking hell. No, it's about winning the game. Seriously. All right.
That was the problem with that presser after the West Coast game. It wasn't a proper presser. It was all about Pendles and everything. And it kind of like camouflaged all the fucking problems because we only fucking won that game, to be honest. Yeah. All the fucking questions were about the occasion rather than
it was fucking. We go from almost beating Sydney to nearly getting beaten by Brisbane, but it's all about Pendles.
That right in the last quarter, which I think changed the game for us. First half, centre bounce gave a lot of territory.
I guess I better share this, or it's no point. Oh, is it being shared? Yeah.
Against, and then we got that right in the last quarter, which I think changed the game for us. I think we had 11-3 in the last quarter. English back in was important, jumping over in first hands of centre bounce, and couldn't sort of manage Bont for major parts. I thought Ed Allen went to Richards in the third and started to do a pretty good job on him. And then Bont was out of control, so we sort of flipped that and next thing, Richards gets out of control. So there's but I think fundamentally, just rewarded the fact that we continue to fight to the line and kick 5-5 in the last quarter. There's a lot of questions like, why don't we play like that all the time in the room? But I think, it was a bit of really good and some really bad tonight. I think there's sort of lived in between that. We just mentioned that inside too.
One of those themes, the fact that they pretty much dominated territory, but on the flip side, your forward efficiency was much better than theirs. Was that kind of one of those things?
Yeah, 62 inside 50s against is going to make it hard. Our backs defend the game as good as any in the competition, but I just don't want them to have to as much as they had tonight and in recent times. And a lot of that's from clearance. And we're scoring well when we go inside with a sort of like inside 50 with a mixed bag of a forward line at times. And 59, 60% efficiency when you go inside suggests that you're connecting okay. It's been a challenge. It's been that sort of year for us. It's sort of like low entries, high efficiency. So we got to get the balance right of that, and we're working hard, but we got to work harder. Yep.
Felt like Lachie Schultz was the one that kind of started that second quarter service review from pressure and things. Is that something that you're really starting to see in this game this year for you guys?
Yeah, no, he's been important for the last couple of years around his pressure and, Bo McCreary and these guys. And, Jamie, we had to sort of ask a few different, we were in a work in progress around what our forward line could look like. And
we're a work in progress about what our forward line could look like.
Yeah, a work in progress.
Ned Long.
Oh. What's the other one he always says?
You've got actual real forwards. We're a work in progress. There's work to be done. We're working hard, but we can work harder.
We're improving every day.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Doesn't one of his fucking advisors say he's going to stop saying that shit?
Now, they probably tell him to say it more.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of Jamie playing that role a lot, from Nick doing a little bit of it, and sort of Angus Anderson doing some stuff today. So I think shooters.
How hard is it to say? And what about Ned Long? 4th week in a row, doesn't look like it's working. How do you think it's going, Craig?
Mate, come on, journos, fucking do your job, man. Every fucking Collingwood supporter. You look at every fucking forum. What the fuck is Long doing up forward? Not one journo pulls him up on it, man. Fuck me dead.
Yeah, they protect him. He's in some sort of journo club.
Pressure amongst that forward line. We're one of the best pressure teams in the forward 50 in the competition because we've got some weapons down to do that. And
weapons? Who? Who's putting pressure on in the forward line apart from Shooter? Ned Long had 2 tackles. How many tackles did Membry have? How many tackles did Dan McStay have? Who's in the forward line who's putting a lot of pressure on? McCreary?
Can I ask you a question? Because I watched the game like on my phone. I was at a wedding, and and to be honest, I have no fucking real desire to watch the replay, even though I should be if I want to be an informed fucking commentator on Collingwood.
We're going to start calling you Manny Rocco.
Manny. But Membry, he kicked 3 goals. Did he Did he present all day? Did he have a good game? No.
Couple of softies and a decent mark and goal.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But that's given him. He gets a month of games because of that.
Yeah. He gets a month of no shows now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Took a nice mark too, finishing goal, so he had a great game for us.
Do you feel like you may have overpossessed the ball a bit, or was it a bit of that by design as well?
No, I thought our fundamentals were really off early. We're handling people's feet and bit scratchy around that. It's hard to put a finger on that. You know, you got Pendles who's played more games than anyone in the history of the game, handball at someone's feet, and you go, it just happens sometimes. You know, it's just to work through that. So we work hard on our fundamentals, but sometimes it's a bit strange. Maybe you could hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd, like, oh, you know, like maybe we fall into that and not let things go. But maybe just like the last quarter, just a bit more risk adverse and just go for it. And there was less errors, or the errors got fixed quickly because we had energy to fix them. I'd love to play like the last quarter more than the first couple. That'd be nice.
Really?
Games.
Really? Would you? So would fucking we. It's gaslighting Craig. Please.
Look at us, Matt.
Yeah.
Does anyone get more
90
fucking
score
upset?
involves is a huge number, isn't it?
Sorry, Matt. Does anyone get more upset than us?
What's that, Nick?
Does anyone get more fucking emotional and upset than us, like our little community that we've got here? Like, people, we get accused of being negative and all that. It's because we want to fucking see us win, man. We get upset when we fucking hear this shit, man. Whereas others are like, yeah, it's all fucking wine and roses. It's not, mate. There's something going on there, and we're calling it out, man. And
it's like, you know, it's a cult of personality. Okay, people. It's like people are in love with movie stars, celebrities, politicians, sports stars, sporting coaches. Right. So what happens is they fall in love with him. They've got an emotional attachment. So what happens is that those emotions blind you from reality. Yeah. So a part of your consciousness sees the reality, but the emotional attachment and the love for that character is too much to make you go toward the facts and go and step away. Right? It's like the same experience. I don't have kids, but I know that people who do, it's like, and well, I've got a mother and a father, and especially my mother, there will be a protection. You can do some shitty stuff, and the first reaction from your mother will be, "Oh no, not my little Maddie." You know? I never got that. It was like, if I'd get in trouble with the teachers, my mum would like, "What have you done?" Yeah, they'd always. My mum always took the side of the teachers. I don't know what it was like in your household, but you know what I mean. This my little boy can do no wrong. So it's kind of that. This is not my Craig, my Fly. Oh, how can you say that about him? Side by side, in Fly we trust. In Fly we trust. In Fly we trust.
It's like that Facebook thing that I sent you. It's like there was a Facebook page, and there's like 1 million Collingwood Facebook pages. And this one was type in yes if you love Fly, and this is after fucking the Bulldogs loss, and like you got all these fucking people, yes. It just goes for fucking ages, and I'm thinking, fuck me, man.
Yeah, that's how a cult operates. So that's how a cult is able to operate, where it's hugely emotional. You get attached to the cult figure, and it's like politicians. It's like Trump. You know, it's just that people get just attached to that thing, and then they go and do shit like start a war, and then but they'll defend that. They'll be able to come up with, oh no, he's doing that because he was. There'll be a reason why that is. So they come to.
And then petrol prices skyrocket, and until it affects them personally.
Oh yeah, they're doing that, and they're doing this, and the reason he's doing that, and he's forced to. It's always someone else's fault, and they'll blame someone else. And but no, I've been watching. It was really funny when Swoop Luke did a critical video of Collingwood this week. And it was all of the comments. I expected all the comments to be going, "No way! What are you saying, man? You know, like side by side, man. Like, oh, you like when Fly we trust, bro. Like, it was all. It was just 90% we're just agreeing with him, and I felt like because Swoop Luke did it, everyone was just like, "Oh,
Swoop said we can be critical. It was almost like
Mm.
it's like Swoop is the cult sort of thing. Like, Swoop Lit said it's cool, so
Mm.
I don't know. It's kind of becoming mainstream. We were like the cutting edge guys. We were the conspiracy theorists guys
Yeah.
to be critical of like
Yeah.
Fly. Now it's like it's after a while be like going, nah, it used to be cool. Now it's like it's just so mainstream to be anti-Fly.
Oh, man.
That's he's had a good month for us, Geordie. Yeah, doing centre bounce, playing a bit forward, and an important player when Nick's doing what he's doing. It's another significant night for Nick, and then Geordie's doing it. When your best players play well, then you're in the games. Like sort of sit here disappointed, a little bit frustrated because there's small margins, but ultimately at the end we sort of doing enough to think we can win the game. But again, we fall short.
It's a bit concerning when three of your big guns have such an influence and you still can't get the win. Is that a bit concerning?
We're working towards that. Like that balance. I think our back line was significant in the last quarter, and the way we bounced off D50. And again, you want your role players to do the job, and then you want your stars to be your stars. And again, throughout the game, you probably had a bag on that. More consistent. Harvey Harris for 71 games, and he plays his first game tonight, and looks like he's ready to build from that. And we've got other guys, Ed Allen, showing maybe he could be a tagger for us, or play parts around the centre bounces. That he was influential.
We've been telling you that all year, Fly.
Yeah,
Like,
and you played him in the fucking wing.
It's amazing. Ned Allen could be a centre square player. His fucking bottom lip is really starting to fucking annoy me as well. Get that looked at, Fly. This looks like a fucking clown nose on there. Anyway. Wow. Ed Allen could be a centre square player. Good on you, Fly. You're a revolutionary.
In the last quarter, and Angus Anderson kicking the goals from 65 out, and then one of them on the run. That excites our fans. That excites us. We go, well, okay.
Yes, when he's not playing VFL, that also excites us. You dropped him for the Pendles game. Fucking tool.
Our role players are starting to maybe do a little bit more than just their role, because there's a heavy reliance on some at times, isn't there? Like Nick's. His highs and lows aren't too high and low, are they? They're always high. And Geordie's.
He's also playing Ed Allen and Angus Anderson at 60% game time. How much, like, Ed Allen's getting 18 possessions. He plays 90% of the game. Maybe we win that game. Maybe if Ed Long is not playing 90% of the game up forward and you can move the magnets around, we win that game. Maybe Angry Anderson kicks another goal because he's on the ground for more.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
You've been watching Andrew Dice Clay, mate.
Forget about it.
Fuck.
In that space too. So, we're working towards that.
Do you need more of your young players to, talking guys in the VFL, to put more pressure on some of the older guys in your team? So
Here we fucking go. Righto. Let's go, Fly. What do you got? What do you got?
that you start picking some of the youth on your list?
Well, we're trying to. We are. If you look at Hazy and Charlie West getting a game, he was a carryover today. It looked like he just needed a bit of a break, and Hazy did his shoulder. We're trying to get.
What? Westy needed a break. Why?
Yeah, he hardly touched the ball, man. Come on.
He's 19.
It's a bit of the balance of our list through there, and we're working in progress. We're Parker in and
We're a work in progress. didn't know what to say. He's pulled out a cliche.
Yeah.
Please.
Out through circumstance. We'd love to play him a bit longer. Well, it's to play him a bit longer.
What are you talking about?
We're working in progress. We're Parker in and out through circumstance. We'd love to play him a bit longer. Well, it's not through a lack of design. We're trying, but ultimately, we're falling short in close margins, and that's probably the third close margin we lost in a draw. The season looks different in terms of ladder position. You get the job done on that. So
that's got nothing to do with the young players. It goes back to close margins. And who brought up Will Parker? Like, what about Buller? What about Swadling? What about the three guys you just brought in through the mid-season draft? Parker, like, is a guy who you bring in, and nearly every time you bring him in, you drop him the next week. It's like you know you're going to drop him. Why don't you give Ryan a go? See how Ryan goes. I know you're not a fan, Mick, but do you reckon, Mick, that Ryan could do just as well as Parker, at least as well as Parker, and he's a bit taller as well?
No, only because I reckon Parker's just a bit of a goer, and I don't see that in Ryan. Like, Parker's he'll take a risk, whereas Ryan, it just seems he's the type
Sideways.
that just gets. Yeah, he gets the kick out, like the guy kicking out, short passes it to Ryan, and then Ryan short passes it to someone like 30 metres away, kind of thing. And he does that good. That part he does good, but Parker just seems like I reckon Parker's just going through his initial, baptism of fire stage where, he's a bit erratic, but he's a goer. And Parker was supposed to be like a first rounder, but then he chose cricket and gave away footy for about a year or something. So he was highly rated. I reckon Parker will come good. He just needs about 50 games.
Doesn't he? I don't mind Parker. He's not my favourite, but I think. What's the point? He seems to play 1 week and then get dropped. Why can't we just give him 4 or 5 games to just go, here you go, you're in the back pocket. We're giving you 4 games.
Yeah.
He seems to be someone that Fly brings in, and he's a very easy target to be able to drop. Like he brings him in, drops him, brings him in, drops him. Like, I mean, Quaynor and McCreery and guys like that can just play games on end where they just average. Why can't Will Parker be allowed to be average for a few weeks and keep his spot? Give him a go. Because it's not great for their confidence, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, especially
Long. And you've got guys like Long who do fuck all. And he's the same age as Parker.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. It's not like he's a premiership hero or something.
With any other coach, Long would have gone the way of Braden Sire and Rupert Wills, just fucking big, slow, inside types that just couldn't take the next step, mate. They showed little bits, but that's about it. But Long, he seems to be persisted with, mate. In fairness to Long, he had a great first half of last year, man. You can't fault it. But I don't know what happened in the second half.
I think it's worse. I think we've destroyed Ned Long, because what happens when you've got young players, they come in and they can do well for a few months and then they drop off. You know what happens? They get dropped back to the VFL and the coaches tell them, we know you can do it. You've shown you can do it. They go through videos and they show them what's good, and then they show them a few things that we need to get more of this good stuff, less of this bad stuff. We want you to go back to the VFL for a few weeks. Hopefully it's a few weeks, and this is what we want you to work on. Ned, you're only 22. We've got you in new plans. You were one of our best in the qualifying final against Adelaide. we're playing in a prelim and you're one of the reasons. They didn't do that. That step in his development, they didn't do. They've kept him in the seniors all of this time, and now he is a very, very under average, below average footballer. So he could go back to the twos, and he never finds that again.
Yeah.
So
I feel he'll go in the twos.
maybe he's a Braden sire, but if he's at a Geelong, I reckon at Geelong he goes back to the reserves because they develop players, and he goes back for 6 weeks and then comes back better or as good as he was in the first half of last year. That's possible. Because he was very good in the first half of last year. I thought, oh, we've got our inside ball. How good is this guy? This guy is a brute. No one could tackle him. He would tackle like a machine. He'd free up his arms and he'd handball it out to Nick. I'm like, oh fuck, we've got this. We've got the guy we wanted.
We've got our Newcomb.
And he started going downhill. And instead of sending him back to the reserves, he's never gone back there. So much so that when he should have been dropped, so he didn't get his feelings hurt, because Fly's obviously besotted with him. He's just, Fly's just in love with him, and he's in his little Fly clique. Can't be dropped. Gets managed so that the next game he's an automatic inclusion. Because if he gets dropped, omitted, he's in the reserves in the VFL, and if he's poor, you can't justify him coming back in. But it was noted that both Allen and Long came out of the side. Allen omitted, Long managed. Allen has to earn his way back. Long automatic selection the next week. Yeah. So I think we may have destroyed him as a player. Long. It'll be very hard for him to get back when he finally gets dropped. Can you see him coming back into the side in the reserves? It'll be harder for him, I reckon. Yeah, playing well in our PFL side.
Yeah. What intrigues me is, he was like a real good midfield bull in the second half last year, but now we can see Gus Anderson and Ed Allen. They can do a job in the rotating as the inside mid. So that leaves Long on a forward line, and I think he won't get dropped. But if Podarski, whatever his fucking name is, has another above average game, he's got to come straight in, man. And I just think our forward line's just fucking disjointed at the moment, With Long, a forward line with Long and Membry, come on, man. Does that fucking strike fear into opposition, man?
Lucas, our Geelong fan in the chat, does a forward line of Long and Membry struck fear into a Geelong fan?
Because, a lot of people, are crucifying Buller because of his game against Sydney. It's like, all right.
No, he was rucking most of the game.
Yeah. He can't ruck. He's not a ruckman's arsehole. We know that, yeah? He can probably ruck against another part-time ruck and probably do an adequate job. But against the best Grundy, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Oh my God! Surprise!
Up his tank. He couldn't present as a result because he was just fucked from competing with Grundy. But in the other games, he's showed enough. Now you'd rather have him, because when all else fails and you have to bomb it long, there's no other options, but you have to bomb it long. He's tall enough to take a fucking mark. He does it in the resis all the time. He delivers fucking 3 goals a game every time he's dropped. He just needs better, access, better delivery.
He needs quick ball movement, like a lot of people. But what he is good at, I've seen him play twice. I came down. I was in Melbourne for the Anzac Day game, so we went and watched a half of the reserves against Essendon, and I also watched the Geelong game with you.
Yeah.
And one of the positives of that Geelong game is Buller just presenting. You know, he did that dumb thing where he, you know, marked it on 50 and passed it and fucked it up. Apart from that, he is a proper centre half forward, full forward.
Yeah.
He's a key forward. Hits up at the ball. His marking can improve, but it is improving. And he brings the ball down. Much better than a Membry. The other good thing about him, when the ball hits the ground, Buller is very good on the ground. And that's what you'll see. When I'm not sure about last week, but I've seen him kick 3 goals in the VFL and he gets 20 possessions.
Yeah. He's got good second effort. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's not great in the ruck, but when he does play in the ruck, he's good on the ball. He gets clearances. He doesn't. The ball doesn't hit them. A lot of key forwards, the ball hits the ground, they're fucking useless. You know, like McStay's not great when the ball hits the ground, but Buller, he is a goer, and he's also is always yapping and getting up his teammates and making a lot of noise. At the reserves, I noticed he was just like in the VFL, like come here, over there, and pointing, and he just creates a real presence and a real positive influence on the forward line. I'm really positive about Buller.
Yeah.
He's never going to be like a Tony Lockett, but I think he will easily be the equivalent of a Checkers, but I think he has a bit more upside to Checkers in that he's taller, and I think he will be more of a lead-up player.
Yeah.
And just being that means like 200 centimetres is going to be a better contested mark just because of his height. So I'm really positive about Buller. Yeah. He's better than Long as for forward, that's for sure.
I know. Man, against West Coast, when we were kicking the ball out from defensive 50, and we just kept going along to a pack on the wing, and we've got Ned Long jumping up, and it was just ridiculous, and we went that option about 3 times.
To Long.
And like there was just this massive fucking collective sigh in the crowd, 90,000. It's like, what the fuck is going on here, mate? Seriously? We're fucking struggling
you think they're directed to kick it,
and that's our outlet? Long to Long? Come on, man.
Do you think they're like directed to kick it to Long?
Well, it happened fucking about 3 times. Yeah.
Was he the only option leading, or that's his?
Yeah, I probably was. But if you had Buller there, you got fucking 10 centimeters of height. He might get the mark.
So Buller's not playing, is he? So you've just got Long and West and McStay.
Who was chopping out for Darcy Cameron. You know?
Right. So effectively, it's just Long and West a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
And Fly got a free pass in the presser, mate, because it was all about the occasion. Pendles. Oh, how great Pendles! Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know he's great, man. But what about the team, mate? It's fucking dog shit.
You know, I was sitting there watching it when we actually won. I wasn't really celebrating. I was like, okay, because I was sitting there and I was stewing. I was just sitting there stewing, going, yeah, we're going to lose this, and good. You know, like, stuff is getting like that sort of Jedi, like, like the Emperor. Yes, you want this, don't you? Take it from me. Like, we want you to have this press conference, Fly, because that would have been. That would have been the heat. I said before the game, so this will be a good thing if we lose this game. As much as horrid it would be for Pendles and all this, but it would just show, like that game against Sydney, we had 8 players, 20 games or under. Did the media make a big deal about that? No. Did Fly make a big deal about that? No. Absolutely not. Because when 5 of them got dropped for the Pendles game, that wouldn't have been a good look, would it? No. But if we lose the Pendles game to West Coast, then it shines a light on it.
And it almost happened too, mate. We
It
got
almost
we got
happened.
lucky, mate. It's so depressing looking forward to Monday because like it's starting to hit fucking dead of winter now. Every day's fucking freezing. So I'm gonna fucking freeze my fucking balls off going to the G on an afternoon. And what I gotta freeze my balls off to see fucking Long fucking in the forward line, to see fucking DC getting smashed
Look
by
at this.
Bourne in the ruck.
You
know?
got Peter saying against West Coast, Long kept presenting. West did look lost.
Yeah, look, that's fair. That's fair to say. You can present, man, but fuck,
You got to mark
what's
it.
the use? Yeah, bringing the ball to. He dropped the fucking sitter, man. Like a fucking. There was one moment where he found himself loose, about 45 out. The only pressure was perceived pressure, so the ball was coming to him. He knew someone was going to cannon into him, but he had the time to take the mark, and he fucking dropped an uncontested fucking mark. And yeah, and it was the cliche. It was right in front of me. I keep seeing that in my mind too, and it's like, fuck, man, what the fuck is he doing there, mate? Yeah, I haven't got a good feeling about this game, man, coming up.
Oh, yeah, this could get ugly. We could get opened up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Daz, just something weird going on with your audio there. I'll try and again. Daz, you there?
Howdy.
Yeah, just a bit choppy there. Yep.
Oh, I'll get out of that area that I'm in. How's that? Bit better?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, just sorry. I've been listening to Flyers Pressure.
Yeah. With us or
can I
separately?
I listen to you guys too, and your comments, all very authentic comments. But just something that Flyers said very early, which pricked up my ears, and I actually remember hearing it when I watched it earlier in the week. He had a crack at he pointed out to the journos when we were, our skills weren't great early in the game, and his reference to Pendles even handballing to somebody's feet. Do you remember him saying that?
Yeah, you said that earlier. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he singled out Pendles, our game-breaking record holder, in that presser, but he didn't single out anyone else. I mean, up until that point, his main issue was to focus on our game-breaking record and to criticise publicly Pendles at a presser, post-match press conference, but he wouldn't single anyone else out. Now, for weeks we've been watching, and you've just talked about him, Ned Long, turn over the ball constantly with erratic handballs, poor kicks. Have you actually heard Fly criticise Ned in any of his presses after a game? No. We've been watching him now for 10 games this year and half of last year as well. But I want to focus on this year, where we have constantly seen Ned butcher the ball and turn over the ball with his poor disposal, poor decision-making, and almost, I call it panic disposal. Panic disposals. That's what I call it, because he has absolutely, it feels like he's rushing and he's got no time to get himself ready to even find out whether he's going to be able to get that ball to a teammate.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely unbelievable that Fly, after Saturday night, could single out in front of those journos, Pendles, for what he said was a mistake. Yes, and he did make a mistake. He made more than one mistake with a handball that went to somebody's feet, but he's not prepared over the course of this year to single out a guy that has been doing it week in, week out, Ned Long. That says it all. Doesn't make sense.
I didn't think it was that cool to say Pendles, and Fly he's trying to be cute. What he was saying is like, oh, we had one of those nights. I mean, Pendles, he had a fuck up. So what he was trying to say is, even Pendles is handballing it to people's feet. That was his way of telling us, hey, we're all doing badly. But I still agree with you. That's a poor example to use. Like, there's other ways that you can say, hey, across the board, because here's a guy, Pendles may have handballed it to someone's feet, but how many other times did he do it during the game? He's normally pretty fucking good. So I do agree with you 80%. I think Fly was just trying to make a point that all of them were playing badly, but he used the guy who's so good at his disposals and normally so clean that even he was fucking up. I think that was his point, but I still didn't think it was cool to say it like that.
I didn't like the way that he just focused on Pendles making that error when
he does protect people.
I suppose my reference, my view is, hasn't he been watching Ned Long? Hasn't he been watching some of the other guys that have played most of this season so far, where they have made horrible errors and skill errors by hand or by foot? And I just like a little bit more of a balance there, in regards to it. Yes, okay, it was unusual, and it just shows that Pendles is human after all, that he too can make mistakes. But, just to focus on that one or two issues there regarding Pendles, I mean, he's not, as I said, not perfect, but he's our very, very great player still, and he's exceeding most of the other guys in the team at 38 years of age. And I've always said that it's a worry when you get a 38-year-old, the games breaking record holder, still seems to be playing far and away better than some of the other guys that are getting regular games. So what does that say for the other guys in the team getting games?
Daz, what it says, Daz, is that Pendlebury at 38 years old is still a gun, and he's in our top three midfielders, and he'd probably be in the top three midfielders in maybe 16 of the other 17 clubs. He's just he's still a gun. So it's hard for a midfielder to go past someone like Pendles because he's just that good. But on the positive side, Ed Allen and Anderson are showing signs that they could be part of the next crop. Swaddling hopefully going to get a game. I'm not sticking up for Fly here, but I'm sticking up for our younger players. At least Ed Allen and Anderson are both getting a game, playing on the ball. For those who say that, Pendles is one of our top midfielders still at 38, there's something wrong with Collingwood. I go, no, there's something right with Pendlebury. He's just a fucking gun still. And if Pendlebury, the problem with Pendlebury, when we lose him, it's not so much what he does on the field as a player. We're going to lose his leadership and his coaching on the field because he's probably a better coach than Fly. That's the issue when he goes. It's not so much that, oh, God, he's still one of your best defenders. Your best midfielders. That's an issue. No, it's just we're going to really miss his leadership. And that's why I hope somehow we keep him on for a year or two. Even if he's playing 15 games a year, it'd still be great to have around. What do you think, Daz?
Yeah, I agree. I still rate him very highly. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, but I just like more of a focus on some of the other guys that are, getting picked every week. I mean, it's the same old topic that we keep talking about. I just like them to be brought up in post-match press conferences. If they've had a bad game, drop their names.
They're never going to do that. No coach
Drop
very
their games.
This whole, the old, Malcolm Blight, calling out Pittman and that sort of stuff's never going to happen. All we can hope for is that they're called out at selection table. Like Ned Long should be dropped. Sidey should be given a rest. McCreary should be given a rest. Josh Dacos, if he doesn't smarten up, should be given a rest. Crispy, about time for a rest. Quaynor, better watch out. You should be getting a rest. They're never going to – Fly or any coach is never going to come out and go, Ned Long, he's been playing forward for 4 weeks. Not cutting it. He's not going to say that in a press conference. He brought up Pendles. It was actually a way – it's kind of weird, but he was actually complimenting Pendles. He was saying even Pendles handballed to someone's feet. That's how bad we're all going. We're all doing it. So he picked on Pendles, but it was kind of a sort of sideways compliment, if you know what I mean. Like everyone knows that Pendles doesn't handball to someone's feet. It's also get out of jail for free for Fly, saying, yeah, they're all playing badly. They're all handballing and panicking badly. Well, he's put the attention on Pendles in a weird sort of a way, but everyone knows. Do you know what I mean? He's picking on Pendles not because he's picking on Pendles, but as a way to pick on the whole team. That makes sense. And I'd rather he not picks out any players. I'd rather he just drops people who should be dropped and play the people who should be played. Then we wouldn't be carrying on, would we?
Absolutely. I mean, I look at a Dimmer Hardwick, Chris Scott,
yep,
Sam Mitchell. I reckon they would have not tolerated some of the performances in their team if they had that. They had the sort of stuff and saw the stuff that we are seeing through this year. I think that their bar would be a lot higher. And I think no matter who they are, I think they would have been dropped. Not necessarily after 1 or 2 games, but when you get 3, 4, 5 games of continuous poor skills or poor efforts, they'd be giving. I mean, I've always been, and you don't have to be a Malcolm Blight. You don't have to be calling someone pitiful Pittman or anything like that publicly. But what I'm saying is, yes, selection table, that's what it's there. But be forthright as well after in the post-match press conferences as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
You don't have to name people if you don't want to. Fair enough. I can understand that. But as far as your actions are concerned, we're not going to tolerate a month of poor football. And in most cases, they would be read the riot act behind closed doors by the coach. And then you go back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then a big selection statement would be made. And out you go. Out you go. I meant what I said after the game to you, maybe behind closed doors, but I meant what I said. You make the big call on Wednesday night or whatever at selection. You're out. You don't come back until we see better efforts, better performances. And that's what a Chris Scott, that's what a Sam Mitchell, that's what Dimmer would do and still do, because they will not tolerate poor efforts for very long. Fly doesn't do that. And you know that. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it after the game. I don't know what he says to the guys, he doesn't appear to be a very strong coach. He doesn't like he'll tear. And I'm not saying he'd get really aggressive and and do what any of those guys might have done or still do. You know, I mean, did you watch? I watched one of the footy shows last night on the stream in my break, and I forget which one it was, but anyway, they showed Sam Mitchell. Now, they had belted the Saints on Friday night, and they showed the score, and they were something like nearly 50 points up, close to 50 points up, and Sam Mitchell was on the telephone going crook at the runner or somebody downstairs to get the message out to somebody on the ground that had done something wrong. There were 8 goals up against the Saints. He was absolutely going ballistic upstairs, getting a message, a strong message, and I couldn't lip read everything, but he used the F-bomb, and he was definitely targeting a player, or maybe more than one player. But the message was, you could tell there is not happy. Even 8 goals up, strong message to somebody downstairs to get a message out to one of his players and basically tell them that what just happened or what that player did or did not do was unacceptable. Don't see Fly doing that.
No, not at all.
Anyway, that's my comment. Anyway, I'm just being balanced with everything there, you know. So players, coach, everybody has to take responsibility when things aren't working, when things aren't falling into place. It's a collective thing, you know, everyone. But, you know, I'm over. It's a work in progress. I'm over that. I think everyone is over that. Anyone that is really passionate about this football club is over those sorts of statements from Fly during the week or after the game. You know, I'm over it because there are things that you can do, Fly. And Matt, you've been saying for weeks now that Fly is not a good coach. I call him, he's underperforming as a coach. He's underperforming as a coach, and he's not in good form himself at the moment. I've heard it in a few streams, actually. Few people have made comments. Coaches can be out of form too. But I think Fly's been out of form a lot this year. Selections. And I don't know whether it's he making the decision or whether it's a bit of, you know, a bit of the Jared Wade situation coming into it, you know. It's amazing we were sort of like constantly banging on about the regular management of players from about round 13 last year. And yet this year, a lot of the managing, it appears to be our younger players now. So they're out for a week and they're managed or just given a rest or a breather, like Angus Anderson, or in this last week's case, Charlie West didn't play any VFL. It was the first emergency. So what was he? Was he dropped? Was he managed? Just still didn't get a run anywhere. And then, you know, apart from the Pendle situation leading up to his record-breaking game, he had those games where he's rested and all that sort of stuff. We're not, at this stage anyway, we don't appear to be treating that as seriously this year. I know we're in a different situation. We're at top of the ladder. Oh, we've qualified for.
Yo.
Did we lose him?
Yo, Daz, we lost you.
He brings up an interesting point, though. We're resting the young dudes. You know?
Yeah, you're managing young guys.
Yeah.
Well, we only manage established players.
Yeah.
The established older players don't get fucking managed. So they don't get dropped; they only get managed. Yeah. Jump. There's a link. Does jump back in, mate. And we'll just finish off with Fly.
Close, but we're not quite there. And like I said to the boys afterwards, nothing's permanent. We're working towards the best version of us. And again, maybe the last quarter is a good example of what's more to come.
There was a period where you used to win a lot of these close games.
Yeah,
is there any kind of reason why it's fallen the other way now? Is it dumb luck, or is it the system's breaking down? Or?
Well, up until tonight, I think there's moments we haven't handled those moments as good as we could have. And the draw and Fremantle game with 12 points up, with 2 minutes to go and don't get the job done. They've all had their own story. Tonight's a bit different. We're chasing. Clearance work made it hard for us early, and then we chased, and we enjoyed chasing. Our chase is good. We'll prove.
No, we don't, dickhead. We do not enjoy being 3 goals down at 3/4 time. You fuckwit.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, being 3 goals down. Three-quarter time. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling for us.
We chased, and we enjoyed chasing. Our chase is good.
See the sideways. Look at this fucker. Watch the sideways glance. He does enjoy it. We're getting to the bottom of this fucking guy. This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Chasing. Our chase is good. Or proving to be tonight for us early, and then we chased, and we enjoyed chasing. Our chase is good. Or proving to be tonight, and all of it's slightly different, but ultimately
you lost. You got too far. You got too far behind on the scoreboard, and you couldn't reel it in. But now this is what we are seeing with this guy. He enjoys going behind. He gets a fucking kick out of it. Wow.
Same outcome.
You mentioned the last quarter and how you'd like to play like that earlier. Is that something that's possibly that you can do, or is it kind of like a mental thing where caution goes through and then something clicks? And
I said there's no barriers on this. Like I was in front of the boys, I hope you don't think we're trying to restrict you from playing this way. Like if we want to play like that, let's go. Obviously, there's within reason. You're playing some teams like that want to have a bit of a shootout game. There's times where you say, let's see if we can make that a contest and see if they want to play that, because we can play different modes and different gears. But again, maybe we might need to release the shackles a bit at times to allow them to play a bit more, with more freedom. But
hang on. What is it? Didn't he just say, I don't think... Is this 2 messages we're getting here?
Yeah, he's fucking confused, man. He's trying to bring it.
I don't think when we're putting the shackles on you. This is so confusing.
As we say, let's see if we can make that a contest and see if they want to play that, because we can play different modes and different gears. But again, maybe we might need to release the shackles a bit at times to allow them to play a bit.
Maybe we need to release the shackles. So he's got them shackled. So they're shackled. But then earlier, what did he say earlier?
Chasing. Our chase is good. Or proving to be tonight. And all of it's slightly different, but ultimately same outcome.
You mentioned the last quarters and how you'd like to play like that earlier. Is it something that's possibly that you can do, or is it kind of like a mental thing where caution goes through and then something clicks? And
I said there's no barriers on this.
Hang on. No barriers. But what about if you're shackled? If you're shackled, wouldn't that be a barrier?
Yeah.
Because he goes on later to say that they're shackled.
In front of the boys, I hope you don't think we're trying to restrict you from playing this way. Like if we want to play.
Well, you're about to tell them that they've got shackled. That they're shackled. Is this confusing to you, Mick?
Yeah, fucking oath. He's confused, man. He doesn't know what to
I
say.
hope you think there's
Well,
no
he's just-
barrier. I hope you think there's no barriers on you.
Oh, like that. Let's go. Obviously, there's
Fucking
within
word
reason you're
salad.
playing
It's
some
like
teams
this
like
But he
fucking
goes,
Kamala Harris.
obviously within reason. Yeah, obviously within reason, because you're about to tell you that you got shackles.
It's like listening to Kamala Harris, mate. It's just word salad, man.
What I'd like to do, I'd like to break up this press conference, but like, somehow interject someone asking questions. Because imagine if this was a relationship and this was a dude talking to his missus, like, or a proper or a business discussion where someone's trying to come to do a deal together or work out some sort of, a builder, like a builder talking about a house that they're going to build. Oh, there's no restrictions. There's no restrictions with the council here. Oh, great. So we're thinking of putting up like 15 stories. Oh, you can't do that. I thought you said there's no restrictions. Oh, there's a restriction of three floors here. You said there was no shackles. Oh, this is great.
that want to have a bit of a shootout game. There's times where you say, let's see if we can make that a contest and see if they want to play that, because we can play different modes and different gears. But
modes, I'm noting this down. Modes and gears, different modes. Okay, tick, got that. This is interesting.
Again, maybe we might need to release the shackles a bit at times to allow them to play a bit more, with more freedom. But it's not through, ideally not through barriers or things we're restricting.
You're kind of middle of the road now in terms of the ladder. When you look at that, now we're sort of pretty much the midway point of the season. How do you sort of just view?
Oh, this is just gold. We want to
it's fucking hard work, isn't it?
This is so good. This is it's like are you a Monty Python fan?
I should be. I really haven't investigated it, but I know it's one of the greatest fucking comedies in the past.
Have you ever seen any of their movies? Like
yeah, I've seen
Holy
History of
Grail, Monty Python.
Yeah, I have, but they haven't like fucking.
Life of Brian.
I need to see them again, man. I know they're good.
Yeah. What about Faulty Towers?
Yeah, with John Cleese. Yeah,
That wasn't a Monty Python, but it was sort of Monty Python.
He was in the Monty Python team.
Yeah. He was like one of the key guys.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is gold stuff. For anyone
so
who's
you
going to
reckon
watch
he's
this
like
on
Basil
replay,
Fawlty?
just kind of like just talking nonsense, and then within a couple of minutes, he's contradicting himself, but getting busted. There's a Monty Python sketch where this guy enters an office, and I'm here. I'm here because I'm interested in an argument. Well, you're in the wrong place then. What do you mean? It just starts off like that. Oh man! Should we watch the rest of this? Does it get better?
Up to you, mate.
Where you guys are at, heading into the second half of the year at the moment.
Yeah, we're middle of the road. That's the reality. Process driven tonight. I think most of the processes were good. We're a work in progress. We think there's some real growth in front of us. We always say that. What we're playing now, we think we're going to be better. Like about 6 weeks ago, you would have thought, we're heading towards the bottom of the ladder. And we played the top 4 teams that are sitting on the ladder now, and we took them all to the line.
He's so David Brent, isn't he? How many cliches did he reel off there in a minute? Wow. See the little shirk? Like the little twitch? Like, you said we're heading for the bottom of the ladder 6 weeks ago. And look at us now, middle of the road. Middle of the road. What's that?
We still
Middle
are
of the
heading to the
road.
bottom, mate. Oh,
Yeah, because of you. Like,
barring the Cats, who taught us a lesson. But our best is good enough, and we just got to make sure we're playing a bit more of our best more consistently.
Any injuries tonight?
Not at this stage. No, it's a good sign. Yeah.
yeah. No, this sign. It's a good sign. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I think that's about it, mate. I think it might be just you and me, Mick. Is anyone
think
out
so,
there?
mate.
Say hello and chat, or we're gonna. I think it's just you and me, mate.
yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
All right. I'm gonna hang around, Mick. Hang around backstage. We'll have a quick chat.
Okay.
We're going to wind it down. That was a very interesting edition of the Warble. Thanks for everyone who joined in on panel and in the chat. And we'll see you all next time around. Go Pies.